Okay. Let us start marking cabbages. Lettuce, the vegetable. Let us start marking. Cabbage looks like lettuce. Let us start marking cabbages. All right. Okay. As always, I will use two colors, red and blue. The red line is x equals 3. 1, 2, 3. There is x equals 3. It is a straight up and down line right there. The blue line, -2, is my y-intercept. Down to right 3. There is the intersection. And it is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. No. Yes. 3, -4. Yep. Red. Blue. +2, 1, 2. Slope of -1. There's that line. And the blue line is -3, 1, 2, 3. And a slope of -6. That's going to go off the graph this way. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1. And there it is at -1, -1, 3. Any questions? We've done 3 units of graphing now in a row. Everybody should be able to graph a line. If you can't, you must figure it out. How can you figure it out? YouTube, anywhere else on the internet. Come and see me, talk to a friend of yours, talk to another math teacher. There is a million resources out there to figure this out. -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a slope of -1. So there's the line. And +1 and a slope of 2/3 down to right 3. There's the intersection right there. And it is -3, -1. This one's a little harder because you have to isolate y. One, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And -7, 4, 5, 6, 7, +2. 1, 2. And there is that line. And then the blue one is 2y equals -x minus 4. So y equals -1/2 x minus 2. -2, down 1, right 2. There's the cross right there. And it is 2, 3, -3. That whole page is out of 4. Does anyone have any questions about that? The only thing new is the fact that where they cross is the answer. You already should have been able to graph the lines. We have graphed lines to death. If you still can't, it's not even new graphing lines. You were learned to graph lines in grade 9. You could have used tables of values. Now, I did warn you, I want you to be able to do both substitution and elimination, right? It's part of what you're supposed to learn So I'm giving you practice on both. You can be better at one than the other. That's fine. But you do need to be able to show me that you can do both. This one is already set up for substitution. Why? Why? Get it? Because that one's already written that way. Y is already isolated. So that means every letter Y gets that. Negative 3x minus 2x plus 14 equals 6. Negative 3x minus 2x minus 14 equals 6. Negative 5x equals 20. X equals negative 4. Once you have that, you put it anywhere you see an X. It doesn't matter where. Y equals 2 times negative 4 plus 14. Negative 8 plus 14. 6. And your ordered pair is negative 4, 6. Do you check it? Of course you do. Negative 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, positive 12. 12 minus 6 is 6, and we know we're right. We know it works in the other one because that was the equation we used. Come to this one. Again, it's already set up for you. I've made these substitution ones as easy as possible. Since that's already set up, every letter Y gets that. Negative 4x minus 5 times negative 2x minus 3 equals negative 15. Negative 4x plus 10x plus 15 equals negative 15. 6x equals minus 30. X equals negative 5. Once you have x equals negative 5, it goes right in there. Y equals negative 2 times negative 5 minus 3. 10 minus 3. Y equals 7. And your ordered pair is negative 5, 7. And you check. You know you only need to check this one because you've already done this one. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. Positive 20 minus 35 is negative 15, so I know I'm right. These are worth 2 each. Is everybody okay? Now, after giving you 2 super easy ones to practice with, I gave you a slightly tougher one because I put the Y isolated in a different spot on the page. It's not any tougher, though, is it? Because the Y, again, is isolated. Negative 5x minus 2x plus 18 equals 17. Negative 5x minus 2x minus 18 equals 17. Negative 7x equals 35. X equals negative 5. That goes back in up here. Y equals 2 times negative 5 plus 18. Negative 10 plus 18. Y equals 8. Your ordered pair is negative 5 and 8. You don't need to check the highlighted one because that's the one you just used, so you check it right here. Negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25, minus 8 is 17, and we are correct. And lastly, again, I kept Y for you. Negative 3x minus 5 times 2x minus 10 equals 11. Negative 3x minus 10x plus 25 equals 11.
Teacher,
Yeah?
it is 50. 10 minus negative 10x plus 50.
Oh, that's 50, not 25. Thank you. Negative 13x equals 39. X equals negative 3. Go back up to the top. Y equals 2 times negative 3 minus 10. Negative 6 minus 10. Negative 16. And your ordered pair, negative 3, negative 16. That's not right.
It is not 39, it is negative 39.
Negative 39. Thank you, Wong. So it's positive 3. So it's 6 minus 10, which is negative 4. That's right. Positive 3, negative 4. Everybody good? All right. Elimination. Which one of these are you going to... Can you work with either one of these as they are right now? No, because they're not the same value. So both of them need to change. If I was going to eliminate x, what would I be getting the x's to? Times 3 and 5, right? To get it to 15. If I was eliminating the y's, what would I do? 12. In the interest of time, I'm just going to do one of those. Is that okay with everyone? Because it's the same thing, right? I'm going to multiply the top one by 3, because I want to eliminate y. And I'm going to multiply the bottom one by negative 4, because I want that to be 12, yeah? So I'm going to get 9x plus 12y equals 3, and negative 20x minus 12y equals 52, right? Then I'm going to add the equations as soon as it shows up. And I'm going to get negative 11x equals 55. And I'm going to get x equals negative 5. Now, what can I do with that? Anywhere I see an x, I can plug that in. So, 3 times negative 5 plus 4y equals 1. Negative 15 plus 4y equals 1. 4y equals 16. Y equals 4. And my ordered pair is negative 5, 4. And of course I check it. Negative 15 plus 16 is 1. Negative 25 plus 12 is negative 13, and I'm right. Now, I eliminated the y here, so here I'm going to eliminate the x. But I'm going to ask everybody, if I want to eliminate x, what am I multiplying by? Do I have to multiply both of them or just one of them?
One of them.
Just one of them. Which one? The bottom one by, I would use negative 2, so they're opposite signs, but 2 works too. So I'm going to eliminate x by rewriting this multiplied by negative 2. And I'm going to write negative 4x minus 6y equals negative 10. 4 and 4 disappear. Y plus negative 6y is negative 5y equals negative 5 plus negative 10 is negative 15. Y equals 3. Once you have y equals 3, I would go back up to the top equation, because it's got a y by itself. 4x plus 3 equals negative 5. 4x equals negative 8. X equals negative 2. And your system is negative 2, 3, and you check. Negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. Negative 4 plus 9 is 5, and you're right. Is everybody good to there? Just the numbers in the algebra. All right. So now we go to word problems. We had a whole page on word problems. Step 1, what are we looking for? We are looking for 2 investments, correct? So there was investment 1 and investment 2. Since they're both unknown, I have to give them variables. Most of you probably used X and Y. That's fine. I'm going to use A and B. Does it matter what letters I choose?
No.
Of course not. What do I know? I know that he invested a total of $1,000, right?
Yeah.
So I know that A plus B had to be $1,000, yes? And I know that 5% of A plus 8% of B earned him $68, yes?
Yeah.
This bothers you. Why?
Decimal.
You don't like the decimals, so you want to get rid of them. I do that, of course, by multiplying by 100. And I get 5A plus 8B equals 6,800. And I still had A plus B equals 1,000. Right? There is my system. Can I use elimination right now?
No.
No, I would have to multiply 1. Can I use substitution right now?
Yeah.
Kind of. I would have to manipulate 1. So no matter which one I choose, I have to do an extra step here, correct? I've just finished elimination. Is it okay if I go back to substitution? So if I was substituting here, I would say A equaled 1,000 minus B. If that's what A is, and there's an A, I can write 5 times 1,000 minus B plus 8B equals 6,800. 5,000 minus 5B plus 8B equals 6,800. 3B equals 1,800. B equals 600. If B is 600, what's A?
400.
1,000 minus 600. So investment 1, 400. Investment 2, 600. All that you'll get 3 marks for because you had to figure out your own system. Now, how I would mark this on a test, you would get 1 mark for getting this part of it right. Okay? And 2 marks for doing the work. Now, let's say you do the system wrong. You do this stuff in red. You don't have that or that. But you do all this right. What do I give you? 2 out of 3. Because you missed the system. But you did all your algebra correct. Is everybody with me? All right. Here is my equation. If there is no solution, the second line will have the same what? Slope. So as long as X and Y are the same, but the 6 is different, it's going to have no solution. So as long as I have X plus 2Y equals B, any other number, but B can't be 6, it's never going to cross. Everybody understand? Some of you may have done this. 2y equals negative x plus 6. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 6. If you wrote that, then your answer here would be y equals negative 1/2 x plus any other number. But that number can't be 6. Does everybody understand? Okay. And if it has infinitely many solutions, then it's that exact same equation multiplied by any number, correct?
Could you just also put just the same factor equation?
You could. But it does specifically say write another equation. So any number, q times x plus 2y equals 6. Any number there. And you're going to be okay. And that's for 2 marks. Is everybody good? All right. Okay. What part of it, Ayaka? I'm confused at what you're confused about. If it has infinitely many solutions, how many times does it touch? Infinite. So it must be the exact same line, yes? Okay. Well, what do you do to an equation to have it give the exact same results? Okay? As long as you've multiplied, you're good. All right. What are the things I need to know here? What are the two things I don't know? I don't know L and I don't know W. But I do know the perimeter is 20. Right? So how many L's are there in a perimeter? 2 lengths plus how many widths? 2 W's equals 20. What else do I know? The length is 3 meters greater than the width. So the length equals the width plus how much? Plus 3. Everybody with me? That gets you 1 mark for figuring out the system. If you have this wrong, but you do all the rest of it right, you'll get 2 out of 3. This is set up already for what method? For substitution, because L is by itself. So 2W plus 3 plus 2W equals 20. 2W plus 6 plus 2W equals 20. 4W equals 14. W equals 14 over 4, which is 3.5. If W is 3.5, then 3.5 plus 3, L must be 6.5. Is everybody good? Everybody good? Is the length 3 meters longer than the width? Yep. Does 3.5 plus 6.5 equal 10? Plus 10 for the other side of the garden? Does that equal 20? So did we do it right? Yep. That's out of 3. And this question. This one I've actually divided up. I need the 2 things. One for the system, one for the work. What is our system? What don't we know?
Numbers of others.
We don't know the people that, how many adults and how many students came, yes? So I don't know how many adults or students. But I do know that 200 people came. So I know A plus S equals 200. And I know that $10 for adults plus $6 for students equals $1,680. There we go. And then substitution or elimination, whatever one you want. I'm going to do elimination this time, even though it's substitution might be better here, yes, because these are isolated. I'm still going to do elimination, minus 10. So that's minus 10A minus 10S equals negative 2,000. 6 minus 10, negative 4S equals negative 320. So S equals 80. If S is 80, then it's 200 minus 80. So the adults equals 120 for 3 marks. And lastly, how many solutions? If there's one solution, what's different? Slope. So check for slope here. How do I check for slope? I would convert them. 3y equals negative 2x plus 5. Y equals negative 2/3 x plus 5/3. Then I check the other one. negative 2y equals negative 3x plus 7. Y equals 3 over 2x minus 7 over 2. Are the slopes different? Are those different values? So how many solutions? 1. Check this one. 12y equals negative 6x plus 21. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 21 over 12. The other one. y equals negative 2x plus 7. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 7 over 4. What do you see in the slopes? They're the same. Are the y-intercepts the same? Are they the same?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they are. So this is the exact same line, isn't it? So, how many solutions? Infinite. And then you would think this one would be 0, right? But you better check it, because I might have been mean. Negative 2y equals negative 5x plus 12. Y equals 5/2 x minus 6. And the other one, 4y equals 10x plus 6. Divide by 4. Y equals 5/2 x plus 2/3. And you notice slopes are the same. Y-intercepts are not the same. So it is 0 solutions for 3 marks. Making the whole thing out of 3, 3, 3 is 9, 11, 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 26, and 4, making the whole thing out of 30. And this is due. You will report this to me for the last time on Monday when you write your test. Okay? Wow. It's like I timed it perfectly. Didn't I say I needed half an hour to go over it? Woo! Have good days. Have good